Hey, what's going on? This is AV Andolino, and I am here to do a video. I've been wanting to make some videos about things about weight loss surgery that I can actually talk about. Obviously, I just had my surgery on February 13th, and today is Wednesday. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks since I've had the surgery. So there's certain things I can't do a video on. I can't tell you what it's like a month down the road. Can't tell you what it's like a year down the road. I can't tell you what it's like to lose your first 100 pounds. But I can make a video explaining what might go through your head before and immediately after surgery. And that's kind of what I want to do right now. So I've developed a couple of questions that I personally had and some other people might have had. And these are for people pre-surgery who are even just starting to think about whether they should or shouldn't get. So the surgery I had was the gastric bypass, or the Roux-en-Y surgery. It's the oldest of the three surgeries. There's actually 4 weight loss techniques that they could use, and probably there'll be more, and there's some little ones, but there's 4 major ones that people consider. One is the lap band, which lap band they don't really like to do anymore. I wouldn't be surprised within the next couple of years it's actually not even an option. I know at the hospital that I went to, it was an option, but it was extremely, they didn't want to do it. The reason being is because it does not have a very good success rate. And there can be a lot of weird issues because you're actually putting something foreign in your body. And that doesn't mean that everyone who gets the lap band surgery is not successful. I'm sure there are very many successful. I know successful people on it. But overall, statistically, it's the least successful of the 4 weight loss surgeries. The next one is the sleeve, which is the most common probably now, which is the least invasive of the other 3 major surgeries. Then there's the gastric bypass, which is what I had, and then there's the duodenal switch, which is the most severe one that you can get. It has its advantages and disadvantages, as does each and every option. You'll know more about these options when you actually go to a seminar and think about what surgery you might want to actually have. So I've come up with a list of a few questions that I had as I was going through this process. Keep in mind, like I said, I had my surgery on February 13th, 2020. I started the actual process of going to a seminar and actually getting involved in doing this in March of 2019. So it's nearly a year before I actually had my surgery. I know that a lot of people get the idea that they want to have surgery and want to have it tomorrow, and it's really not that easy. There's going to be hoops you're going to have to jump through, especially if you're wanting insurance to pay. There's pre-qualifications you're going to have to do. And so one of the main questions that people have is, well, how do I get insurance to cover this? Okay, and that's a big question. If you go on any forum on Facebook or any other website, that's going to be the main, well, I have XYZ insurance. Do they cover, weight loss surgery? Or I have this. Do they cover it? Or whatever. The reality is this. No one on those forums is going to really be able to give you the information you need. So how do you find out if your insurance will cover the surgery or not? There's a very simple way. You go to a seminar. And how do you find a seminar? You Google weight loss surgery in my area. You find a good hospital around you that does it. And every single hospital that does weight loss surgery has seminars. And it's like, a couple hour class where they introduce you to what the surgery is. They go over the 3 or 4 different options of surgeries. And maybe they have some people that are pre or post-op that talk about their experiences. And then at the end of those classes, that you give them your insurance card. And you're assigned someone who is going to find out what your insurance will and will not cover. And then it goes beyond that, because just because your insurance is going to cover weight loss surgery per se, doesn't mean that they're just going to, write you a check to get the surgery. There's sometimes they have different qualifications. I personally had to do 3 months of a supervised doctor visit showing that I was trying to lose weight. I had to get an endoscopy. I had to get a chest x-ray. I had to go for a sleep study. I had to get a lung, all these different things I had to do. But I've also heard people that have to do 6 months or even a year of doctor supervised diet before insurance will even think of covering surgery for you. And that also can depend on whether you just need to lose weight, or if you need to lose weight and you have a predisposition, like you have diabetes or, heart issues or high blood pressure and all these different things. They all come into play, but the reality is just about every insurance company is different. And in order to find out whether your insurance company will cover you or not, you need to go to the seminar. Don't ask people online because they don't know, because you might have Blue Cross Blue Shield and you might have a subset of that does or does not cover the weight loss. And someone that doesn't know any better will say, well, yeah, I had Blue Cross Blue Shield and they covered my weight loss surgery. And somebody else will say, well, I had Blue Cross Blue Shield and they didn't. So go to the seminar, meet the staff, get informed, and they will find out exactly what your insurance will or won't pay. Another big thing I hear people talking about, and this one really affected me for a while, was fear. What if I get approved for my weight loss surgery and I go down under the knife and I just never wake up and I die during my surgery? And that's a logical and absolutely an allowed fear to have, but I would tell you a couple things. First of all, they have come so far in advancement of weight loss surgery that you're more likely to die as an adult having your appendix taken out than you are to have weight loss surgery. You're more likely, there's so many more surgeries that are far more dangerous than this. And let's be honest here, right? And I say this as a big guy. Let's be honest. What's more dangerous? The chance of going under the knife, which is nowadays all laparoscopic, so they've made it so much easier. But what's more dangerous? Going through that, or continuing to live at the weight that you're at, continuing to have a non-active lifestyle, or if you're active, okay, that's great, but continuing to not be able to lose weight and continuing to drag around this and the health problems that are with it or will come along with it, because it's only a matter of time. If you're in a place right now where like, well, I'm big and I have no medical, then that's great. Then don't get the surgery. You're probably not watching this anyway. But most of the people that want to get the surgery have some issues that they want to deal with in their life. And I can assure you, as someone who was petrified, especially once I got my surgery date, I got scared. I said, that's my third point. This is a major surgery. Like, they're literally, depending on which one you get, they're literally changing your insides. They're rewiring your intestines. They're cutting your stomach. I mean, they're doing stuff where you will never be the same again. But you're going to be a better version of who you are. And it's absolutely the truth. And it's worth it. I guess I had come to a point in my life where I figured I'd rather die on the operating table than die a slow, miserable death at being the weight that I have been and carrying around what I have carried, and being on 5 diabetes pills a day and being on 2 high blood pressure pills every single day. And guess what? By the time I got out of the hospital, I was on 0 diabetes pills and I was on 0 blood pressure pills, and it's only been not even been 2 weeks. It's amazing and I feel good. So yeah, it is a major surgery and it is scary, but it's worth it. Another question that a lot of people have, and that I had before my surgery, was I would tell myself, well, you know what, Anthony, if you can just control what you eat and start exercising more and start doing this, you don't need this surgery. You can lose this weight on your own. You can do it. Why are you taking the easy route and trying to get a surgery that's going to do all this when all you got to do is control what goes in between these 2 lips? And let me explain something to you. We can tell ourselves that. And I'm talking to people that are big like me, that know the struggle, right? I'm not talking to the guy who's telling you to lose weight that's never had a weight issue in his or her life. But I'm talking to the people that understand the struggle of day to day trying to lose weight and failing miserably. Or losing, I used to do it. I could lose 20, 30, 40 pounds, but then I'd go right back up to farther than where I was. And it's just this horrible cycle. So the reality is, you have to tell yourself, no, I can't do it on my own. I'm 42 years old. So what I told myself was, if I could have done this on my own, I would have done it within the last 42 years. I wasn't able to do it, and I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm taking a radical step here to transform myself because I need help. And listen, you might not believe me now if you're in the beginning part of this and you're just considering weight loss surgery, because I didn't believe it. Like I said, a year of getting this ready has helped me change my mindset. But I never believed in food addiction. I said, that's not true. I'm not addicted to food. I just overeat. I just got to be careful. No, baloney. I was highly addicted to food. I had made food the center of everything. And if you're overweight or you can't lose weight and you're suffering from medical issues because of it, you are an addict to food, like a heroin addict is an addict to heroin. And it's the same thing. It's killing us slowly. So there is no, well, if I just do this on my own, that's great. And if you got to lose 20, 30 pounds, you could do it on your own. But when you got to lose 100, 200 pounds, that's something that's unfortunately for a lot of people is beyond what they're able to do. And that's okay. There's no shame in it. Just like there's no shame in a drug addict going to rehab and getting the help that he needs. There's no shame in the food addict correcting themselves. Here's the difference between being a heroin addict and a food addict, okay? The heroin addict can stop doing heroin and never touch a needle again. The food addict has to eat the rest of their life. The rest of your life, you're going to have to eat something. And because you have this sick addiction to food, which I have and have had and am recovering from, but because we have this, it's impossible. It's a losing proposition for us to try to do this on our own. And the last thing I want to talk about today briefly is the question of, how do I find a surgeon? How do I know what doctor might be right for me? How do I figure this out? And it's very simple. There's this amazing website called Google. And you go on Google and you type in bariatric surgery. It'll bring up plenty of places. And then when it brings up the places that are around you, go and look up the individual surgeon and look up their ratings by people and see how they are, where they graduated college from, how long they've been doing bariatric surgery. There's so much information. I'm going to put down in the links below some really good websites that can help you in any area of the country find a good qualified surgeon. And I'll tell you something that's very important to find a good surgeon. My surgeon was amazing. I've been on the forums. I've seen the Facebook pages. I've seen the pictures of people that have been through weight loss surgery and are all stapled up and are going through really bad complications because they went to, buy one surgery, get one free kind of play. I mean, there's some crappy surgeons out there and there's some really good surgeons out there, and it's worth it for you and your life to go to the best place that you can afford, or that your insurance will pay for, or that is anywhere near you. Find the best doctor available. Take the time and research it out, and I promise you will not regret doing that. So I really hope this video today helped you out. These are for people that are really just starting to consider whether weight loss surgery might be right for them. Like I said, I want to make videos that I can kind of show you that I've been through while it's still fresh in my memory, and all this is still fresh. And I've been there, I've done it, and I'm in the process of it, and it's a journey, and it's an amazing journey, and I look forward to going through the journey with all of you. And if you like this video, please click like, subscribe to my channel for future updates. If you know somebody that you know kind of needs weight loss surgery and you don't know how to talk to them about it, send them this video. And if you're somebody that's considering weight loss surgery and you're not sure about it, send me a message. Let's talk about it. I would love to talk to you about it. I would love to give you the pros and cons of everything that they've done to me. And but I can say overall it was a great decision, and it's I can say overall this has been a great decision. I'm happy with it. I'm more than content, and I'm excited about the future, and I haven't been that way in a long time. So once again, I'll see you guys soon. Please like and subscribe. Check out the links below. Have a great day.